climbing back upon Mount Soapbox for another rant. And surprise, surprise, we're ranting about Red Dead Online again. Look, I'm not a Red Dead Online hater. I know they're out there. I actually still support this game. I'm still streaming this game. I still believe that Red Dead Online will eventually be awesome. Hopefully, by the spring update, we'll start to see some positive signs in that regard. But this past event week, the Plunder event week, was not very good. Not at all. For many reasons. Now, I thought about ranting about this one thing or that one thing. But I decided, you know what? I'm just going to rant out the whole event week. And let's start things off with the big headline. Plunder. Which is basically just another variation, regurgitation of Spoils of War up in smoke. Bags, bags, bags. Go get bags. Get bags. Take bags. Bags. It's nothing about... It's just bags. It's like whoever's in charge of making the Showdown series modes just whipped together 3 variations of the same thing. They just involved the bags. And I know there's many others out there that have made this comparison because it's obvious that Plunder and Up in Smoke and Spoils of War are eerily similar. There could have been some different modes, but alas, there were not. Well, I take that back. There was Open Target and Target Races, which were actually not too shabby. It sucks that Open Target Races is early access, meaning that Xbox won't get it for like a month. But that's probably the best thing that's come out, like mode-wise, for drip feeding. So if I ranked it, it would be like Open Target, Target Races, number 1, Spoils of War, number 2, Up in Smoke, number 3, Plunder, number 4, the Fishing Challenge, MIA, because I have still yet to see a Fishing Challenge. I see all the other ones pop up in free roam events, but no, I have yet to see a Fishing Challenge. I know, I've talked about that already. So one of the other issues I have with Plunder is it's not great. It's not bad. It's like somewhere in the middle, in that meh zone. It's nothing special. But the rewards are not that good. And you could say the same thing about most of the Showdown series. For example, if you're on the winning team, it doesn't really matter if you're on the winning team or losing team when it comes to the amount of gold you get. Because I think everybody gets 8 pieces of gold or 8 nuggets of gold or whatever you want to call it. But the winning team can get around $16 and around 300 XP, which really isn't that much. So it's all this work, all this effort for at least, what, 5-6 minutes of doing Plunder, and you only get a certain amount of XP and money if you happen to win. You can make way more money probably hunting in the same amount of time. Now, maybe you can make a little bit more XP, but we're going to get to my issue of XP in just a moment, because I feel like it ties into not only the Plunder event week, but Red Dead Online as a whole. So yeah, Plunder overall, nothing special. Probably my least favorite of these drip-fed modes that came out with Update 1.06. The limited stock clothing items. Once again, I ranted about that. I'm not going to go over that again. If you want to know my thoughts about limited stock clothing items in Red Dead Online, made a rant about it. But some of the variations of the clothing, not just this batch, but all the previous clothing items that were limited stock and drip fed, have had some variations that were gold bars only. I don't have a problem with the ability to pay with gold if you rather pay with gold than cash, but I do take issue with the fact that certain items in the game are gold only. I think everything should be cash or gold, but unfortunately, I seriously doubt that that's ever going to change in Red Dead Online. Next, of course, is the ranked coat, holster, boots, gloves. Now, this I thought was going to be a really good thing. I thought that when I initially read it during the live stream a few days ago, that clothing, holsters, boots, gloves were all going to be available unranked for people to purchase, no matter what their rank happened to be. But turns out those are only items that are up to rank 40. All those items that I just mentioned, coats, holsters, boots, gloves, as long as you're under rank 40, you can get those items for this week only. However, all the coats, holsters, boots, gloves over rank 40, from like 41 to, what, 90-something, all the way up to the leather duster, maybe even higher. I don't know if there's anything higher than the leather duster rank-wise, but there probably is. that's still locked. So you still can't purchase those items unless, of course, you want to pay a little extra gold to Rockstar for that leather duster. Haha, surprise, surprise. So yeah, I have issue with that. Next, of course, is the other ranks. They did lower rank requirements for a few days for two things specifically. First off, let's talk about the Griefer's Joy in Red Dead Online. At rank 60, they made it to where players this week only could get the pamphlets for volatile dynamite, incendiary buckshot, explosive slugs, express explosives, as well as dynamite arrows. Now, the pamphlets are not cheap, and to, I think, craft these items isn't cheap as well. Plus, you know, have to be at least rank 60 in order to get them. So, yeah, kind of expensive, kind of pricey there. And unfortunately, this puts these particular griefing items in the hands of more players that are going to be used against other players for PvP, for griefing, tryharding. So yeah, I kind of have an issue with that being a thing, but I guess it's better than the research system in the bunkers in Grand Theft Auto Online. The other thing that was lowered to rank 40 for a few days only is actually a cool thing. The Turkmen, the Missouri Foxtrotter, the Arabians, three of the best horses currently in Red Dead Online. As long as you're at least rank 40, you can purchase those horses. Unfortunately, you only have like 5 stable slots total, and if you want an additional stable slot, say if you start off with 1 stable slot and you decide to buy a second horse or a third horse, 4th, 5th, you first have to buy, obviously, a stable slot. And the price goes up and up and up for that. And some of these horses, once again, are locked behind gold. Some of them you can buy with cash, others gold only. And this is something that has been really getting on my nerves since the start of Red Dead Online. As most of you know, I'm not really into PvP. I'm more of a PvE guy. Now, I have one of my characters over on the PS4, Wolfus as I call him. He's ranked 42, 43 now, so he can get the Turkmen. I bought the gold Turkmen for him. Absolutely beautiful horse. Now, on the Xbox One, with my Red Dead Online Xbox One character, Paula Janine, she is currently at rank 37. And for the past couple days, I have been struggling to try to get her to rank 40 so that I can purchase the Foxtrotter for her. It has been a pain in the ass trying to earn XP in Red Dead Online. I've tried everything from Plunder, Land of Opportunities, free roam events, Showdown series, to hunting. I have been just busting my butt trying to rank Paula up to 40 so that I can get the Foxtrotter for her while I still have time to do so. The struggle is real. If you go back to Grand Theft Auto Online, and yeah, I'm once again going to do comparisons between Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online. It was a lot easier to rank up in the earlier days of Grand Theft Auto Online. For one thing, the RP payouts for contact missions were pretty decent. And at the end of each contact mission, which were PvE, unlike PvP stuff, you had the voting screen pop up. So you could constantly grind the contact missions. You could go from one contact mission to the next, and so on. There was even a time whenever you could replay the contact missions, but unfortunately that's not a thing anymore. But at the very least, you have the voting screen for contact missions in Grand Theft Auto Online. You do not have that in Red Dead Online. You can go to Quick Jobs and then quickly jump into a Land of Opportunities mission, but at the end of the day, the XP payout is maybe 100 and something XP. I think it's considerably higher if it's your first time doing it, but if you're just trying to grind Land of Opportunities or Stranger missions, it's not really going to get you that much XP payout unless you take your sweet time with the Land of Opportunities. But the problem is if you're playing with randos, some of them are just trying to rush through it, not realizing that you get paid more in XP and money by just taking your sweet-ass time dealing with Teddy Brown over at Fort Mercer. But, yeah, it's just so hard trying to rank up. And you'd think that in the rank 30s, that would be a no big deal, that you would be able to easily, within a few hours, go from rank 35 to rank 40 in no time, as long as you were spending time in the game, earning XP, doing these variety of things. And that leads us back to Plunder. The new Showdown Series mode currently does not have any XP bonus or boost. Going back over to Grand Theft Auto Online once again, yesterday's mediocre event week kicked off, the Lowriders event week. The difference is, at the very least, with the Lamar Lowrider missions and the 3 adversary modes, are double money, double RP. That's right. Even though the Lamar Lowrider missions and the 3 adversary modes that are being featured this week in Grand Theft Auto Online are old as you know what, you're still getting double money and double RP for them. Whereas Plunder, a brand new Showdown Series mode in Red Dead Online, it's not even getting an XP boost. The same thing happened last week with Up in Smoke. There was no XP boost for Up in Smoke, but there was XP boost for the ability cards. This is ridiculous, Rockstar. We're trying to rank up in this game. Now, some people may be really good at the XP, grinding the hell out of the Showdown Series, having a great time, but the Showdown Series and the PvP events is not for everybody. Can we please have some variety in Red Dead Online, Rockstar? Is that too much to ask? At the same time, can you give us more XP bonus opportunities, especially whenever you have items lowered in rank? Even the griefer item stuff that I mentioned at rank 30 right now for a limited time, like the volatile dynamite, incendiary buckshot, explosive slug, express explosives, dynamite arrows. I'm sure there's people in the rank 50s trying to get to rank 60 that are having just as difficult a time, or probably even harder than I am at rank 37 trying to get to rank 40. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to get to rank 40 by April 15th, at least I hope so. It's just taken longer than it should. There should each week in these event weeks in Red Dead Online always be ways to earn XP in the game, bonus-wise. What I really find annoying is that it's not double XP. It's always like 20% XP boost or 30% XP boost. What about double XP boost for Plunder? At least that would make Plunder more enticing. But for whatever rhyme or reason, when it comes to Plunder, Up in Smoke, and ranking up in general in Red Dead Online, unless you're just grinding it into the Showdown Series and you're fantastic at PvP and you're winning almost every single match, getting that 300 plus XP or how much the max XP happens to be, yeah, you're going to have a hard time ranking up in Red Dead Online. And that's something that seriously needs to change, along with more varieties when it comes to the Showdown Series.